Hello students, welcome to our channel and get ready for a powerful start to your 2026 board exam preparation. This is the Mathematics Grade 10 board exam series where we'll tackle previous year question papers, decode important concepts and achieve that dream A+ result together. Stay tuned as we break down every question, share expert tips and make your board exam journey smooth and successful. Let's gear up and begin our quest for excellence. Here is a glimpse of what you'll be working with. Original question papers, just like those you will face in your CBSE exam. We will solve each question, highlighting common pitfalls, and show you the best ways to score full marks. Ready to take the first step? Let's start and walk through the solutions with clarity and confidence. We start with section A. This section contains 20 multiple choice questions, each carrying 1 mark. It's essential to master these to secure these crucial points at the start of your exam. Let's tackle each question, discuss smart strategies, and boost your speed and accuracy. Let us start and solve the first question. In this question, it is given that if alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial 3x square plus 6x plus k, such that alpha plus beta plus alpha beta is equal to minus 2 by 3, then the value of k is. So let us recall zeros and coefficient relationship. So for any quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta, is minus b by a. And product of the zeros, that is alpha beta, is equal to c by a. So for our equation, which is 3x square plus 6x plus k is equal to 0, we can say a is 3, b is 6, and c is k. That being so, we have alpha plus beta is equal to minus 6 by 3, that is minus 2. And product alpha beta will be equal to k by 3. If we substitute these values in the given equation, we have been given alpha plus beta plus alpha beta is equal to minus 2 by 3. If we substitute in this, what you will get? We'll get minus 2 plus k by 3 is equal to minus 2 by 3, which implies k by 3 is equal to minus 2 by 3 plus 2. This will be equal to 4 by 3. That is, we have k by 3 is equal to 4 by 3, which implies that the value of k is 4. So option D is the correct answer. Question number 2. Here x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2 is solution of a pair of linear equation where first equation is 2x minus 3y plus a is equal to 0 and the second equation is 2x plus 3y minus b is equal to 0. And we have to find relationship between a and b. So if we substitute x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2 in the two equations, what we'll get? Let us substitute in the first equation. We get 2 into 1 minus 3 into 2 plus a is equal to 0, which means minus 4 plus a is equal to 0 or a is equal to 4. Similarly, When we substitute in the second equation, we get 2, 1 plus 3 into 2 minus b is equal to 0, or 2 plus 6 minus b is equal to 0, or minus b is equal to minus 8, or b is equal to 8. That is, we have a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 8. Now let us relate a and b. Relate a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 8. We can say a is equal to 4 is equal to 8 by 2, which means it is b by 2, which implies 2a is equal to b, or b is equal to 2a. So option B is the correct answer. Question number 3. The midpoint of line segment joining the 2 points P and Q lies on. To solve this, let us recall that midpoint M between 2 points P, x1, y1, and Q, x2, y2, is M is equal to x1 plus x2 by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 by 2. That being so, let us see when P is equal to minus 4, comma 5, and Q is equal to 4, comma 6, what are the coordinates of the midpoint M? It will be minus 4 plus 4 by 2, comma 5 plus 6 by 2. That is 0, comma 5.5. So the coordinates of the midpoint are 0, comma 5.5. Looking at this, have a look at the options. In the midpoint, you are seeing that the x coordinate is 0, which implies that M lies on y-axis. And that is why option B is the correct answer. Now let us solve question number 4. Theta is an acute angle, which means theta is greater than 0 but less than 90. And 7 plus 4 sine theta is equal to 9. We have to find the value of theta. This implies 4 sine theta is equal to 2, or sine theta is equal to 1 by 2. Since theta is an acute angle, from the standard values of sine theta, we know that theta will be 30 degree. So the correct answer is option B. Now let us go to the next question, where we have to find the value of an expression. To do so, let us convert all this in terms of sine theta and cos theta. So we get sine square theta upon cos square theta minus 1 upon cos square theta. This implies sine square theta minus 1 upon cos square theta. We know sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Therefore, sine square theta minus 1 will be equal to minus cos square theta. If we take this as expression 1, substituting in expression 1, we get sine square theta minus 1 upon cos square theta is equal to minus cos square theta upon cos square theta, and this is equal to minus 1. So the correct answer is option C. In this question, we have been given HCF of the two numbers as m. That is, HCF is m and LCM is n. We have to find the value of n minus 7m. So, first we find HCF of 98 and 28. Let us factorize. 98 is equal to 2 into 49, which means 2 into 7 square. 28 is equal to 2 into 7. So HCF will be product of the lowest powers of common factors. So it will be 2 into 7 is equal to 14. While LCM of 98 and 28 will be product of highest powers of all prime factors, which will be equal to 2 square into 7 square is equal to 4 into 49, and this will be equal to 196. And it is given to us that this is m and this is n. Therefore, n minus 7m will be equal to 196 minus 7 into 14. This is equal to 196 minus 98, and this is equal to 98. So the answer is option C, that is 90. Now let us solve next question. In this, the question is the tangents drawn at the extremities of the diameter of a circle are always. So let us draw a circle and see. This is a circle. This is the center point O. This is the AB is the diameter. So, as per the question, we have to see what is the relationship between the two tangents drawn at the opposite ends of the diameter, that is at point A and B. So, let us draw and see. This is the tangent at point A, while this is the tangent at point B. We know that a tangent drawn at any point on the circumference is perpendicular to the radius at that point, which means OB is perpendicular to this tangent, while OA is perpendicular to tangent at point A. This implies that the two tangents are parallel. That being so, option A is the correct answer. Let us look at the next question, question number 8. In triangle ABC and DEF, angle B is equal to angle E, angle F is equal to angle C, and AB is equal to 3 times DE. Then the two triangles are. So in this case, we don't have to actually draw the diagram. Let us look at the triangles. We have triangle ABC and triangle DEF. It is given that angle B is equal to angle E, which means they are corresponding angles. Similarly, angle E is equal to B, while angle C is equal to angle F, which means two corresponding angles are equal. Implies third will also be equal. Therefore, triangles are similar by AAA rule. Let us see whether they are congruent also. We have been given AB is 3 times DE, which means if you look at the corresponding side, AB is not equal to DE, which means AB is not equal to DE. This simply implies they are not congruent, which means the two triangles are similar but not congruent. And thus, the correct option to choose is option B. In this question, an expression is given and we have to comment on the nature of n. We have been given minus 1 raised to power n plus minus 1 raised to power 8 is equal to 0. Let us see. Minus 1 raised to power n will be equal to 1 if n is even, and will be equal to minus 1 if n is odd. If we take this as expression 1, if we substitute this condition in the equation, we will get minus 1 raised to power n plus 1. Why plus 1? Because minus 1 raised to power 8 will be equal to 1 because this value is even and this is equal to 0. Implies minus 1 raised to power n is equal to minus 1. And if you look at this and compare with this, you will find that n has to be an odd number. So the correct option is option C. Now let us solve question number 10. Two polynomials are shown in the graph. The number of distinct zeros of both the polynomials is. So here the concept used is zeros of the polynomial are the x values where the graph of the polynomial intersects the x-axis, that is, where y is equal to 0. And distinct zeros means different real roots, that is, they are not repeated. Let us observe the graph. We can clearly see two polynomial curves. One, an upward opening parabola. Upward opening parabola, which means we are talking about this graph. It crosses x-axis at 2 points, 1 point and 2 point. Similarly, the other one is a downward opening parabola. We are talking about this one. Again, this crosses the x-axis at two different points. So, both polynomial represent parabola, that is quadratic polynomial, and they have two distinct roots or zeros. So the correct answer is option C. Solve question number 11, which is if the sum of first m terms of the AP is 2m square plus 3m, then its second term is. So recall the formula of nth term. An formula is An is equal to sum up to n minus sum up to 1 less. So to find, we have to find A2, which will be equal to S2 minus S1. And we have been given that sum up to m terms is 2m square plus 3m. If we take this as equation 1, and from here, if we find S2, this will be equal to 2 square plus 3 2, which will be equal to 8 plus 6 is equal to 14. And S1 will be equal to 2, 1 square plus 3, 1. That is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. And if we put these two values in this expression, A2 will be equal to 14 minus 5 is equal to 9. So 9 is the correct answer. That is option B. In this question, mean and mode of a given data are given as 15x and 18x. That is, we have been given mode is equal to 15x, mean is equal to 18x. And we have to find the value of median. There is an empirical relation between mean, mode, and median for a given data, and that empirical relation is mode is equal to 3 into median minus 2 into mean. If we substitute these values in this, what we'll get? We'll get 15x is equal to 3 median minus 2 into 17x implies 3 median is equal to 15x plus, sorry, this is 18. So 36x, which will be equal to 51x. And therefore, median will be equal to 51x upon 3, that is 17x. So the correct answer is option C. Now let us solve question number 13. A card is selected at random from a deck of 52 playing cards. The probability of it being a red faced card is. So let us recall a standard deck has 52 cards. And by definition of red face card, let us see red cards comprise of hearts and diamonds. And within this, within this, three are face cards. They are Jack, Queen, and King. So, out of 52, there are a total of 6 red face cards. So, to calculate the probability of the selected card being a red face card, this probability of the event will be equal to number of favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. Favorable outcomes are 6, total outcomes are 52. If we divide by 2, we get 3 by 26. So the probability of such an event is 3 by 26. And the correct answer is option D. In this question, we have to see which of the following is a rational number between two irrational numbers, square root 3 and square root 5. So we have to see rational number, which means either it should be terminating or it should be non-terminating but repeating. And this must be between root 3 and root 5. Root 3 and root 5 values are approximately 1.732 and 2.236. First one is, obviously it is non-terminating, non-repeating. So it is irrational. Pi is irrational. Then 2.326 bar. This is non-terminating, repeating, but it is greater than root 5. So this is also not an answer. So the only option left is this. Let us check this. This is terminating. This is terminating. And the values lies between these two. So the answer is option D. In question 15, it is given if a sector of a circle has an area of 40 pi square units and a central angle of 72 degrees, the radius of the circle is this we have to find out. So if we assume that the radius is small r, then we can write the formula of area of sector as area of sector is equal to theta, that is central angle, upon 360 into pi r square. We have been given area is equal to 40 pi and theta is equal to 72 degrees. If we substitute in the formula, we get 40 pi is equal to 72 upon 360 into pi r square. This comes as 5. Implies 40 pi is equal to 1 by 5 pi r square. Implies r square is equal to 200. Implies r is equal to square root 200, that is 2 into 100. Implies r is equal to 10 square root 2 units. So the answer is 10 square root 2 units, option D. 16. In the given figure, PA is a tangent from an external point P to a circle with center O. If angle POB is equal to 115 degree, then angle APO is equal to, we have to find this angle. Okay. OA is the radius. PA is the tangent. By definition, we know that tangent at any point on the circumference is perpendicular to the radius at that point. So this angle is 90 degree. This is a linear angle, so complete thing is 180 degree. So if you look at this, this will be equal to 180 minus 115 is equal to 65 degree. In triangle AOP, sum of all the angles is 180 degrees. So angle APO will be equal to 180 degree minus sum of the two other angles, that is 90 plus 65. This will be equal to 25 degrees. So option A is the correct answer. Now let us solve question number 17, which belongs to the topic heights and distances, which is part of topic trigonometry. Here, a kite is flying at a height of 150 meter from the ground. It is attached to a string at an angle of 30 degree to the horizontal. The length of the string is. To solve this, let us draw a diagram. This is point A, where the person is standing and is flying the kite. B is the kite. So, we have been given that the height of the kite from the ground is 150 meter. AB is the string. Let this be L. And the angle the string makes with the ground is this, which is 30 degree. Using sine function, using sine function, sine 30 will be equal to 150 upon L. That is, half is equal to 150 upon L implies L is equal to 300 meters. So option B is the correct answer. 18. A piece of wire 20 centimeter long is bent into form of an arc of a circle of radius 60 by pi centimeter. The angle subtended by the arc at the center of the circle is. Let us draw a rough diagram. This is the center. This is the arc made by the wire. Length is 20 centimeter. This point is A, this point is B. If the angle at the center is theta, OA and OB are radius and it is equal to 60 by pi centimeter. We know angle at the center theta in radians is equal to arc length upon radius. Substituting the values, we get theta is equal to 20 upon 60 into pi. That is, theta is equal to pi by 3 radians. And if we convert into degrees, we'll get 180 by 3 degrees. That is 60 degree. So the correct answer is option B. The next two questions, that is question 19 and 20, both are based on assertion and reason format, where each question presents two related statements, an assertion A and reason R. To answer, you must evaluate whether both statements are true and if the reason correctly explains the assertion, or identify if only one of the statement is true or both are true independently. The options provided clearly guide you through this process, making the purpose and the method of these questions self-explanatory, assessing not only factual accuracy but also the logical relationship between the two statements. So let us see these two questions. In this question, the assertion statement is the probability of selecting a number at random from the numbers 1 to 20 is 1. Let us look at the statement once again. It says the probability of selecting a given number. Which number? Which is between 1 to 20 is 1. So this statement is incorrect because probability of such an event will be to select that number, there is only one possible way and there are total 20 numbers. So the probability will be 1 by 20. So the assertion is not correct. Let us look at the reason. For any event E, if PE is equal to 1, then E is called a sure event. PE is equal to 1 implies favorable events is equal to total events. And in such a case, it is surely a sure event. So this statement is correct. So under the given circumstances, assertion is false, but reason is true. And for this, the correct choice is option D. In question number 20, the assertion statement is, if we join two hemispheres of the same radius along their bases, we get a sphere. So this is obvious. This is first hemisphere and this is the second hemisphere. If the radius here is also r, here is also r, and if you join them, you get a sphere. So the assertion is correct. Total surface area of a sphere of the radius r is 3 pi r square, which is incorrect. The correct statement is 4 pi r square. So here assertion is true, but reason is false. And for such a condition, the option to be selected is option C.